Kattie and I did a walkthrough of this area that we're going to be using for kind of the mega base. Kind of the plan is that I do the big build and she decorates all the stuff in between. So we talked over some farm ideas and have started work on some paths, and that is an iron farm over my shoulder. You might recognize that from last season, season 4. I love it so much. I'm actually going to try making other farms in a very similar fashion and have some of those statues kind of spread throughout the area. But I want to do a quick walkthrough before I get more work done because I would like to show progression. Yeah. Starting off, you can see Kattie has started working on, I think this is a bamboo farm. This is kind of some of the palette that we've been talking about trying to do for some of our buildings and things like that are going to be spread throughout. I'm not sure if she's doing a sugarcane farm. I think she talked about that. But then we've just kind of got some basic stuff sitting around. You know what? I'm going to get distracted for just 2 seconds because I just heard that you can throw any stone in and you can make the little mini guys. What? I did not know this. That is so cool. That's going to take a while to break. Along the path here, we're going to have kind of an arch entrance kind of a thing to come into this area. Let me pop into free cam for just a second. But you can see I've got a villager breeder going on over here with these dudes in here. Just kind of doing carrots and doing that whole thing. I tried a couple different ones and I keep coming back to this one that I've used for several seasons because it's just that good. But I needed to get my iron farm up and going, and this is just a very typical common. I got this from somebody, if I can find it again. I don't remember why. Oh, I need to get those out of the way. That was a thing. So, but I love the statue of these kind of villager dudes. I want to try some different, maybe try some different textures or gradients on some other ones around here. But one of the things that I did modify was I put the hopper tube down the back. The original design has the chest and everything up there and has you just climb up and down all the time. And who has time for that? One of the things that I believe Core is going to do is a rail system between a bunch of the different mega bases and things like that. PK is going to be just on the other side of this hill right here. I believe he's doing something that I don't want to spoil quite yet right here. So that's going to be pretty cool to be able to see somebody else's mega base. And then I think that Lav is kind of far on the other side. Aether is over that way. Welder is out in the ocean, go figure. And I think somebody else is over this way. I'll have to look and see, but we should have a pretty cool view of several mega bases when we get to the time. I want to be able to do a bridge kind of from here to there. Just kind of like leaving this area, which is, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put in there. Right now, I've got these cute little Highland coos. I was so happy when I realized that I could get the cows in this area, the snowy area, breed them, and get me some cows. So that's pretty awesome. I'm excited. Oh, I got to do the cold chickens too. I did not do the cold chickens. Kind of coming over here, we're going to end up doing some kind of farmer villager house so that I can do chickens. So I'm going to do a statue. It'll be here, and I'm going to try to put some kind of an automated chicken farm up inside that. The goal is to put several buildings along this path area. So I figured that it'd be fun to terraform this little area into like a hobbit hole underground workshop for a blacksmith, toolsmith, and armor smith, because there's just kind of this little tiny valley thingy right here. And I thought it would be fun to just use some of that terrain and build like a little dome half workshop looking thingy over there. I want to do a row of villager houses there, here, and here. Put villagers inside. So they kind of are trapped essentially, but they're not just like stuck at a workstation all the time because of, you know, ethical villager trading is a thing. Continuing on, I think I wanted to put some automatic crop farms in here. I may end up moving these to up on top of this space up here just because there's a lot of space. up there, but they're the ones where I think it's like a 9x9, and the villager will harvest and replant like carrots, potatoes. I'm unsure if they do any of the new vegetables, but once they harvest them, they try to give them to another villager, and we just kind of intercept that and put them inside of a hopper minecart, I think, and then we get those crops harvested. On this hill over here, I wanted to put another statue, so that way there's not like tons of them lined up, but there'll be one over there, one over there, one over here. I'll probably put one way over there, maybe up here. We'll see. I'll more on what that sign is in a second. Now it's raining. I want to do another statue and do like a kelp farm, maybe, so that way it kind of comes down and then automatically like turns it into bone meal or something, so that way all the bone meal drops down. And then I want to do another little hobbit hole workshop thingy underground, and I might make another bone meal farm. A couple of seasons ago I did one that involved moss, and it kind of like created moss, bone meal, or turned the moss into bone meal, and then replicated itself, so that worked out pretty well. Over here, I wanted to do like you can kind of tell that this is like a bit of a half circle area, so I want to like complete it into like a whole circle area and make a real big tall, not crazy tall, but a big tower with like an amethyst glass dome on top, and let that kind of be like the library slash church vibe enchanting area. That's more crop farm stuff. Over here, I thought we could do a cactus farm kind of inside the mountain and have like some strips of glass or windows so you can kind of see into it. This is going to continue on around. What do I have here? Oh yeah, I want some kind of like statue garden thing in this area, so that'd look kind of cool, because this is going to end up winding around and then up, and now it's snowing. This is going to be the entrance to my mega base this season. I really liked this mountain biome. I'm going to have to kind of work with the snow, because I know it's going to end up piling up on top of the top bricks and things like that. So I may end up doing like a lot of things like a slab up, so that way we don't get snow on everything. But I think you could also put string, but I don't like string. We're not doing string. So I said that I would say somebody else, but Aether is over that way. You can see some of her lights and things like that over there. But this is going to be the entrance to the ground level of my mega base. You can kind of see I have started walling off the shape of what I'm going to do, but I got a lot of terraforming to get done. I got to mine all this stone and get it out of the way. But this bottom floor is probably gonna mostly just be storage system and like workshop area. I think in this is the dead center of the build. Do I have a slab? I do have a slab on top. And it's gonna be tall. But I might put some kind of like big roaring fire hearth looking thingy there so that it looks cool, and do like storage all around the outsides. I am probably gonna attempt at a copper golem storage system this season. I have not really messed around with copper golems at all, but that's what we're gonna try. So I'm gonna end up having an entrance on this side as well, so you can come in that side, you can come in this side. This area, because it's gonna be kind of a workshop vibe, it'll be pretty open. But if I come around here, this is back to that area where the rail system is. The bridge comes over here. I want to put some kind of like statue or fountain or something cool right here, because this will end up kind of being a secondary entrance. So as you come through the mountain pass here, you'll be able to see a second entrance on this side, so that way it just kind of flows through this center area. And if you continue on through the little mountain pass on this side, I have put together a big old sheep paddock, which is basically just a spot for me to keep my sheep. So you can see them in here. It's a big open area. I thought it was pretty fun, just kind of as I saw this little glade or glen or valley, whatever you want to call it. I just was like, man, you know what needs to be there? That's pretty cool. That's That's cool. Shaders are fun. I figured this just needed some sheep, so I made a little sheep area and need to plant some like wheat spots in here so that way I can just kind of pop in, feed them. And then I built this cool little frog statue over here out of blackstone because blackstone is cool. But he is going to be spitting water out of there. It's going to come down, and then I'm going to turn all of this space here into a little river creek thing that's going to come hopefully through here. I got to figure some of that logistics out. Down and down and down and down and down into this area here. And there's already a little bit of water, and I think there's some water way down on that side. But once we hit this wall here, that's PK's area, so I am not trying to get involved in anything over there. But I really liked this area so far. These sheep are just gonna be in here, free range sheep. It's kind of more aesthetic than it is like an actual farm. But I thought that looked pretty cool. Gives me Scotland vibes. And so that's kind of just that initial tour of what's going to end up being the megabase area. It's a pretty large area. There's a lot of different things that I want to try to do this season, with the main part being a build right here behind me on the mountain. I'm not going to give any spoilers or talk about too many secrets. However, I would love to see your guesses in the comments below as to what I may be building. Well, I have been working on this part of the build, and I would like to show off kind of what we got going on here. So obviously we're not done, but I hollowed out this whole thing, put some slab roof because I'm tired of snow already. But yeah, what do you think of that? That's pretty neat. I wanted some kind of a central fire pit feature, and there's reasons for some of this decor. But I'm gonna start using some copper. Copper's been out for a while and I just haven't really used it a whole ton yet. But I'm digging the vibe of what I got going on, and I need to start working on what goes in this space. I took my lights off, put that back there. But yeah, so this is gonna kind of be a little bit of the shape. I think that's as high up as I'm gonna go. But I need to figure out some like archy things, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the roof. At which point I think I just realized this might be one block too high, but we'll sort that out later. But for now, what do you think? Well, as always, things move, and I kind of miss recording in between while I'm actually doing stuff, but I did a quick tour of everything earlier so that I could show progress, and so now time for progress. So I have been working on this space, really digging kind of the vibe that I got going on in here. Copper, tough, really liked this centerpiece, the way that it turned out. May or may not put glowy, floaty crystal thingy in there. That would look pretty cool. If you guessed that I was building a storage room, you get a gold star. Comment below if that's what you guessed. This is going to be a copper golem sorting system. I am not 100% sure how it all works, but here's kind of a glimpse of the behind the scenes. My understanding is you just kind of put a stair, some fences, copper chest, normal chest, and they just kind of pass it along. If I do this, I'm going to need a lot of copper golems in here, and so we're going to have to probably go do some more copper mining or actually get a copper farm going, which is kind of difficult, and I've never done it before. But this is kind of the decor vibe I'm going for down here. Wanted to use the pale wood. I think I like it. I'm not 100% sure if this is exactly what I like or not, but that's kind of the vibe I'm going. And then, oh, I don't have. I gotta go wax these guys so they're bright. But for my storage, I'm gonna just kind of store general. This is kind of how I typically do my storage systems, with grass, sand, gravel, cobble, kind of all the different stone standard stuff, deep slate, and each chest will be kind of for it and all of those different blocks. The ites, granite, andesite, diorite, calcite, and then miscellaneous bricks. This chest is for tough nether things. I've got kind of one missing just in case I discover something else that I need that's kind of in the stone vein. And I don't remember what this guy's here for. I think it's kind of the same thing, but it's just kind of like things that don't quite fit into these categories, but is a stone block. And then logs, planks, miscellaneous, so buttons, fences, all that stuff. This one will be for food. This will be mob drops. This will be animal products, so it's honeycomb. And then iron, copper stuff. Coal, I don't know that I need a whole triple chest for coal, so we'll see what we do with that one. This one's going to be dyes. This one was a little hard to kind of figure out, but that's a concrete block. I don't know that that one will stay there to kind of show me what I got. Maybe I'll do a pink wool or something. Lighting blocks, so once we start getting frog lights and things like that, I did spend some time in the nether and I got some shroom lights and stuff. This will probably be for villager block things, so smokers, stone cutters, all that fun stuff. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with these other three. I gotta finish, obviously, gotta finish building that. But yeah, so the main entrance will come in and we'll have all the storage. I don't think I need to mirror the storage. This is a lot of storage, and I think this is going to probably do more than what I need, because the plan is to also use some of the buildings outside to store. This is just organization is kind of what I want. I need to figure out a good way to input stuff. So all of this side will probably be things like library, map, giant map area, workshop, place to make potions, and all that kind of stuff will really go in this big area over here. And outside here, there is something over there we'll take a look at here in a minute. That better not be one of my sheep that got out. I have started working on the other golem farms. Obviously these aren't all going to be iron farms. That would be pretty cool if I did. That would be producing a absolute ton of iron, which would be kind of neat, and maybe one of these might be an iron farm. But what I plan on doing is putting like a bee farm, maybe like a small bone meal farm if I can. I want to figure out some different automated things, like maybe a sheep farm where there's just a few sheep up there and they're getting sheared automatically. Because if I can put some automatic farms in here, that just kind of gives it's what's the word I'm looking for? Passive income. So that's a way where, as I'm working here and doing stuff here at the big base, that I just kind of have some farms that are running and doing some things. And I think they look so cool. If I go into free cam here, I mean, how neat does that look? That looks so cool up on that ridge there. I don't know that I'm going to do any more for now, but we'll talk about that in a second. What's crazy, what is absolutely crazy, is the amount of work that everybody's doing on their bases already. We'll do a quick walk around and kind of look at a few of these and see if, well, nobody's on right now because it's early in the morning, but we'll see if we can't chit chat with anybody about kind of what they're building and things like that. I did have some time, I think I talked about this. That's the wrong button. I did have some time, I think I talked about this with Aether, kind of across the way over here. You kind of saw a glimpse. We'll free cam because that's faster. Look at what she's already got going on. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But I need to knock all of these trees out and fill this area more with a dense pine forest looking thing. So that's gonna look really cool. Kattie's been working on this farm over here. I've come and taken lots of bamboo for various things. Sugarcane shouldn't be in there unless she's got it mixed, but she's got a sugarcane farm over on this side. I haven't really looked around inside, but yep, pretty awesome to kind of have some farms going all around. I'm wondering why there's sugarcane in there. If we look over on this side of the base, so here's my sheep paddock. I've been breeding them up a little bit more. It looks like they are getting out, so I need to figure out what we got going on, and I need to breed them up some more. But I put I did the river. I'm not sure if I recorded that last time, and some wheat so that I can go and just kind of harvest a bunch. But across the way, I've got a neighbor. This is going to end up being a big bridge, kind of going from my space to over this away. And we'll see what we got going on over here. So there's this nice big stone arch into a big courtyard. He's had a lot of work done on this lately, but this is PK's base. It's looking good. I'm liking what he's got going on. Nice big rooms. Wonder what's over here. He should connect that. That'd look cool. Ooh, I like this. Into a dungeon. Ooh, nice. Okay. We like that vibe. That's cool. I love it when builds flow together like that. You have rooms that you can kind of get in and around, and big old tower here. It's looking good. I like what he's doing. That's going to be cool. It's going to look really nice having this huge daunting castle kind of over to the side of where I'm building. And then I think he's going to have a bridge. I think this is just temporary, but I think he's going to have a bridge going across the front here. From here to there. Might need to be from here to there, but he'll figure that out. That's Lee's wood farm. Somebody's got something big over there. Let's go check that out. Wow, let's check this place out. Oh yeah, I built a couple of these. That's really neat. Got a ghast over there. I don't know whose house this is, so I'm gonna have to poke around and find out. But there's this cool like canyon industrial thing going on with this bridge over it. Let's see what we got going on in here. It's kind of a big empty room. Elevator going down. Okay. Don't know what we got going on here, but that's cool. This is kind of giving me like Rohan vibes with the wall. I don't know why, but with this big build here and all that stuff. So I am not sure whose base this is. I'm gonna have to ask around and find out. I just don't like these things. Anyways, stuff. Sounds like a villager hall over here. What's up, fellas? This is interesting. We've got some golems over here. I hear a Kevin. Organic metals. Woodley. Forgery. What do we got going here? Okay, so we got an iron farm going on. That's cool. Oh, did he have... Oh, that's cool. So he's got golems moving his materials. Oh, excuse me, fella. So he's looking in here and then delivering it somewhere. There's bamboo there. Bones and iron. This is really cool. I'm digging this. A woolery. I wonder if there's sheeps up here. Or maybe there's gonna be sheeps up there. Or that might be the woodery, not woolery, woodley. So that's bamboo. Bamboo farm. That's pretty neat. Ooh. There's a kitty. Ah. Okay. This is Core's base. I was getting kind of Core vibes with that. That says Core all over it. So this is Core's base. Okay. Very awesome. I didn't realize we were kind of close to being neighbors. Cute cats. Well, I just stumbled onto somebody else's base over here. I'm not really sure whose this is. This might just be like a quarry build. I'm not really sure what we got going here, but there's some copper. Oh, this could be part of... Was that Core's base? No. I came in here the other day, and yeah, this was really pretty with this, the pale oak fences. Yeah. I am also a big fan of the leaf litter. I think that it adds a lot to the quick visuals. So looks like we just kind of got some small farms started over here. Sheep, ugly ghast, skelly horses. that is that a custom mountain already? This has got to be Kobold space. I'm just gonna say. I don't know whose this space this is actually. Yeah, I was heading over this way because what? This is all custom terrain. That is absolutely wild that all this is done already. That just blew me away though. This completely threw me off. He's covering this mountain over here. That's gonna be so cool when he gets this done, whatever they're going. Oh, okay. Just kind of poking around here. What is that? Okay, just pale oak. That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna look around here a little more, see what else we can find. All right, I'm just saying I'm kind of getting graveyard vibes walking around in this. I still have yet to actually get to a Pale Garden biome and see a creaking and all of that fun stuff. I've not done that. So that's going to be interesting. This looks so cool. What do we got here? Do not enter. Oh, staying out of that. We stay out of lore builds, especially on camera. All right, well this is pretty cool. This has got to be Kobold. I will find out for sure, but this feels very Kobold. One of the other bases that's kind of nearby the spawn valley is this cool ship. Again, I have no idea whose this is. They've got a dock way over there. I might walk around and find that out real quick. Again, I'm not 100% sure whose this is, but man, it's looking really good. Oh, what are those sounds? What do we got going in here? Ah, this, my friends, is what I'm gonna be building here soon. So that's something I might need to turn down those sounds. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, this is looking really good. I love the size of this build. I've built a ship or two in my time, and this guy's looking super, super good. It's been a hot minute, and probably not even really on camera this season, that I've looked through these things that we need to build here. So these are things that as we accomplish these tasks, our border gets expanded. So let's poke through here and see what we got. Ooh. Spawn chunk caves fully lit and surrounding caves. That's going to be difficult. Community gold farm. I know Core's been working on that. I really want to build a gold farm this season as well. I don't know if I will build my own or if I'll help him with this one. It's something that I've always wanted to build, and so I might just build my own kind of far away from him and do that, because I'm going to need a few specific blocks that I can get from Piglin bartering. 5+ player ancient city raid. Ooh, we should do that next episode. Beautifying shopping pathway via each shop owner. Well, I definitely want to spend some time. I don't know, maybe next episode what I'm going to do. There's just a few things that I have seen as I've walked around some different areas. I kind of just need to like beautify up some areas. So, Abba caving for spawn. That's kind of in regards with this one, but this is like an event thing where it's more of a challenge. Sniffers. Oh, I don't have any sniffers yet. All green quests completed. Where are the green quests? Ah, we got 2 more. Stat poker. So this is going to happen here pretty soon. Full stack of every overworld crop gathered at spawn. We got to be close. Oh, I should take these pumpkins. No. Actually, I usually need to go check to see if they've got more pumpkins in there. I need pumpkins. We got to be pretty close to that. What are we missing? Pumpkins, melons. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're missing. I feel like that's probably... Ooh. I'll find out what we're missing. I don't really want to give up my vines. Alright. Sniffers, green quests, kill 100 creepers. I kind of was poking at that. Let's see. My stats. Nope. General. Hostile mobs. So I've killed 46. So I'm halfway there. I bet if I focus that, I could potentially maybe hit 100. Find one of every overworld sapling. Overworld. Those are not overworld saplings. Bring to Lee. I don't know why that one's not complete yet. Organize a server event. I could probably also organize a server event. Actually, I was thinking, okay, I'm not a big fan of these. They're fine. But what if we did like a race where I set up a course and there were these big circles in the sky and some checkpoints on the ground, and a person on the ground has to race a person on one of those, but they've got to go, the guests have to, you know, go through some certain circles to kind of get there, kind of like an Elytra course but with ghasts, and the dude on the ground has to run and go through little checkpoints too, kind of like a slalom or like a ski event or a race. I think that could be something interesting. We could do that. Well, I spent a night outside and killed a bunch more creepers, so I'm actually sitting at like 63, so I might take some time and try to farm out that 100 creepers. I think that would be pretty good. But the build is definitely coming along. I'm liking the structure that we're building and all of that, and I think that it's gonna be so cool as we get more things done. So for now, that is all that I have. So I hope that you have a absolutely wonderful weekend and stay creative and go build something. Bye.